Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is week 3 of the Leetcode Weekly Challenge. I said October? November? Hit the like button and subscribe button, join me on Discord, let me know what you think about today's farm. Today we have 2107, number of unique flavors after sharing K candles. You're given a 0 index integer array candies, where candy sub I represents the flavor of the ith candy. Your mom wants you to share these candies with your little sister by giving her K consecutive candies, but you want to keep as many flavor of candies as possible. Return the maximum number of unique flavors of candy you can keep after sharing with your sister. Okay, so I don't know what that means, but okay. So you want to give her some consecutive subarray, but and the types, right? So you want to keep the most types as possible. Okay. And you have to give K, right? So this is, given a K is constant, it is going to be a very straightforward sliding window in terms of understanding, I think, right? Because you have K, and then you just keep moving the window, and there's no conditions with the window, right? You just have to keep track of everything inside and outside the window, and you are good. So that's really my first intuition, and that should be enough to get started or even finish, right? So we have to kind of keep track. So then now the problem is keeping track of. You could keep track of two things, right? One is the things inside or the things outside. And that's really, yeah. And for this, maybe just keep track of things outside the window because, because that's the amount that you're keeping and that's your number of candy. So, okay, so then now you could start things off in any way, but sometimes I write it this way, and today that's what I'll do. So then here we take the first K, right, to just, or even K minus 1, maybe if you want to write it that way, so that when we first start the window, we can handle it slightly differently, right? You can actually do it in a number of ways in one folder, but now maybe we'll talk about that later, actually. But yeah, but then now here, so then now we want to first give the first K minus 1 K candies to your sister, right? Honestly, I would give all my candies to my sister, but that's another story. I mean, as many as she wants, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, but in this particular problem, and maybe I messed up in this for loop, as a result, I didn't really think about this for loop, so maybe this is wrong, because these are the from 0 to K minus 1, you don't keep those candies, right? Or technically K minus 2, but because it's first K minus 1. So then actually, you would start with, for I in range of K, all the way to the N, right? Or K minus 1, I think more precisely. So that you keep from 0 to K minus 2, which is K minus 1 candies. Easy to do off by 1, honestly. But yeah, so then maybe you have F for, I don't know, I use F for frequency is how I think about it for a collection table, or because this is effectively a frequency table, right? And then here, we want to just keep track of candies sub I, right, increment by 1. And then now, F will contain, or F contains at this point, not will, the candies and the counts for you, right? Okay, so then now we start with the window. We have this thing. So then now we can say for I in range. I don't know why I write it this way. Maybe it's a little bit bad. I don't know. But yeah, now we start with K for the K object, right? And then here we want to add candy sub K and subtract candy sub I minus K, right? This is wrong because now we skip minus 1, so okay, right? But that's fine. But it's a little bit awkward, but yeah. So then, rather to the window, which means removing it from F, right? Okay, so then now we remove it from F, so F of candies sub I subtract by 1, and of course that means that now we get to check, because this is the only time that you may get to check, which is that if this thing is 0, right? If this is 0, then we delete it. And the reason why we delete it from the keys is so that we can so that length of F will give us the size of the number of unique candies. That's really the idea for this one, right? So but yeah, we have to subtract candies of I minus k first, because as we move this window, we have to do it. But I minus k has to be greater than when you go to 0 because of the first time, right? So yeah, so we subtract I minus k, which means that we actually add it back to f because we subtract I minus k from the window, but that means that we get it back. Yeah. And then now, if we have enough candies, and this is the reason why we have this for loop in a very awkward way, honestly, or like having 2 for loops really, is that now we can just say, well, best is equal to max best length of f, and that's it. That's the number of unique candy, and you effectively brute forced everything, right? And yeah, that should be good. Maybe there's a off by 1, but you know, that's why we test collections. Or even just typos. But yeah, it looks okay. So let's give it a quick submit. Hopefully no silly mistakes. Oh, I was gonna say last time I did it, I had a silly mistake, but today not so much. So I'm a little bit happier than from last year, I suppose. But yeah, that is all I have for this one, I think. Yeah, I mean, maybe a quick complexity is linear time, linear space. We have 2 for loops for linear time, and just this thing, there could be O of n unique number of entries, which will make it O of n space. And that's it. That's all I have for this one. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. And yeah, stay good, stay healthy, to good mental health. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye bye.